John Lennon's final hours are being revisited in a way the world has never heard before. More than 4 decades after his death, a new documentary is examining the words he spoke just hours before he was killed, words that now feel haunting, intimate, and deeply human. On December 8, 1980, John Lennon and Yoko Ono sat down for a lengthy radio interview at their New York apartment. The conversation was part of a press push for Double Fantasy, Lennon's first album in 5 years. What no one knew at the time was that this would become the last sustained reflection Lennon ever shared with the world. The interview, recorded for RKO Radio, captured a side of Lennon that was open, excited, and hopeful. According to filmmaker Steven Soderbergh, who is building his upcoming documentary around this recording, both Lennon and Ono spoke with a freedom that surprised even seasoned interviewers. They talked as if the future was wide open. Just hours later, Lennon would be dead. What makes the documentary so chilling is not what Lennon said in panic or fear, but what he said calmly, believing he had time. During the interview, Lennon reflected on his life and work and made a remark that now feels almost unbearable to hear. "My work won't be finished until I'm dead and buried," he said. "And I hope that's a long, long time." Those words were spoken earlier that same day. Lennon was not reflecting on death as something near. He was thinking about longevity, growth, and a future still unfolding. People close to the project say hearing that line, knowing what happened later that night, is devastating, because it represents what Lennon truly believed in that moment. Outside the Dakota building that day, a man approached Lennon asking for an autograph. He seemed distracted, pushy, easy to dismiss as just another fan. That man was Mark David Chapman. Later that evening, when Lennon and Ono returned home, Chapman was waiting. 5 gunshots shattered the optimism of the day. Lennon staggered inside the building and managed to say just 2 words to the concierge before collapsing. "I'm shot." Those were the last words he ever spoke. The contrast between the clarity of the afternoon interview and the chaos of his final moments is at the heart of Soderbergh's documentary. Sources close to the project describe it as almost impossibly sad, a portrait of a man full of ideas, love, and hope, cut off without warning. Soderbergh says the themes Lennon and Ono discussed that afternoon feel more relevant today than ever. They spoke about politics, feminism, relationships, and how systems affect individuals. Above all, they talked about love, not as an abstract idea, but as something that must be practiced daily. The documentary will also explore the devastating impact of Lennon's murder on Yoko Ono, including her grief as crowds gathered outside the Dakota singing Lennon songs in the days after his death. More than a crime story, the film is a reminder of what was lost, not just a musician, but a voice still evolving, still hopeful, still unfinished. John Lennon believed his best work was ahead of him. And that may be the most chilling part of all.